What's going on, guys? Ocala baseball beat writers Daniel Allen, Braden Bush coming to you from Quake Stadium, the outside of the stadium where Cowboys season ended in a 7-3 loss to Arkansas. Braden, I mean, just in short, tell us what you saw from the Cowboys final game of the season.
Yeah, I mean, the final score 7-3. You wouldn't see that difference in the hit differential. 9 hits actually for the Cowboys, one better than Arkansas's 8. But really, Arkansas just kind of capitalized more off of their hits. Oklahoma State left 10 guys on base, 7 in scoring position, twice got the bases loaded, and just couldn't knock anybody in. And I mean, just really closer than the score indicated. The Cowboys were right there, but just never could get over the hump. And that's saying something for a team that scored 43 runs yesterday and had 65 RBIs over the week. So,
Yeah, and I think what you said there, this team missed opportunities. Obviously had a phenomenal season, great season, but I think what comes back to bite them is not necessarily runners left on base, but missed opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You saw them back in the Gonzaga series, you saw it series open against Vanderbilt, you saw it against Texas Tech, kind of loomed with them in spite of the success they had all season. Like I said, good season. Obviously, they finished top 3 in the Big 12 or top 4 in the Big 12 tiebreaker. Obviously made a run in the Big 12 tournament, but when it came down to the thick of things, obviously going back to Saturday night, missed opportunities for the Cowboys hurt them in that one, and then not being able to throw the final punch, and then it carried over into this one. Whether it be missed opportunities or the fact that obviously they were probably a little out of gas. You started a guy in Ryan Bogus for the second time this weekend. I'm sure he was a little tired and everything, but as Dave Van Horn, Arkansas head baseball coach, said, in baseball you get fatigued really easy, obviously, and much less having to play what is it, Missouri State, Arkansas, Missouri State, and 4 games in 3 days. Obviously, fatigue will get to you, and obviously it came back to bite Oklahoma State tonight. But whether it be fatigue or missed opportunities, Cowboys season ends on a low note. Obviously, this team had so many high aspirations in the preseason. People from D1 base like Aaron Frick, Kendall Rogers talking about Omaha aspirations for the team, and obviously they fell just short of that. Not to obviously sell the success they had in the season, but it felt like they fell short of what they could have done potential-wise.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like Arkansas said, OSU kind of looked like a team that was fatigued today. Had to put their heart into yesterday, getting 2 wins just to get to today. And it kind of showed, there were a couple balls that could have been homers yesterday that were just kind of left short today. But Arkansas is a good hitting team. They're a team that can go far throughout this tournament. I mean, it was honestly a pretty tough draw for the Cowboys. Arkansas is a really good team.
Right, and like you said, tough draw for the Cowboys. They didn't play them, but Grand Canyon. We know how Grand Canyon plays against high major schools. Obviously, Missouri State with the size they have. Led the Missouri Valley Conference in home runs. Blasted 20 home runs in the Missouri Valley tournament. You come in, you got the best of them for the first half of that game. Second game against them, and obviously Arkansas. No need to go in depth in Arkansas, obviously, right? Top 5 in the nation in home runs, top 3 in defense and fielding percentage. Like Coach Holiday said, probably the best 2 seed in the tournament. I just got cold at the wrong time towards the latter part of the regular season, but obviously the Hogs are hot right now, and caught Oklahoma State at the wrong time. Like we said, seems like Oklahoma State fell just short of what they could have done with the talent on this team. Obviously, don't know who's going to be back. We can assume that some big pieces will go to the draft. There's a lot of, obviously, Justin Campbell's been a consistent first-round projection. Nolan McLean buffering around 2nd and 3rd over the course of this season. You've had other guys like Bryce Osmond, who's shown up now in one of the later rounds. We'll see if he comes back next year, if that shoulder injury affects him, or not shoulder, but arm injury affects him at all. There's a lot of questions to be made. Will Jackson Holiday be in Oklahoma State next year? Obviously, top 3 in the draft projections, obviously. One might think no, but that's a big question for Oklahoma State staff to determine next year. And obviously, transfer portal. There's a lot of transfers that year in and year out for every team, obviously. So who's going to be back for Oklahoma State next year? We don't know. Schedule-wise, what's it going to look like? We don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out heading into 2023. But obviously, that's all for all for determination. Braden, you have any final words for us?
No, we appreciate you guys keeping up with the Ocolee baseball beat throughout the season. We'll be back at it next year, and keeping up with all-season stuff too. You know, the draft, recruiting, transfer portal, all that. So make sure to stay tuned to the Ocolee.
Yeah, like he said, we're gonna keep you guys obviously covered on the MLB draft stuff. We're gonna keep you covered on who's going, your draft projects, everything weekly, recruiting, and obviously we got a big thing coming up with whether this talented signing class, who's going to be in Stillwater next year. We've got you covered. Make sure to keep up with us. Coverage isn't going to stop, obviously. So for the last time, right outside from O'Brate Stadium, Daniel Allen, Braden Bush. We'll see you all next year.